So thank you for inviting me to your wonderful association.
Thank you.
So anybody has any questions to start with? Any questions?
So I can open up, Prabhu, while others can join.
Yes.
So Prabhu, would there be a stage when karma yoga, when we are actually into bhakti yoga, like for example, a preacher has to always be involved in karma yoga, like bhakti has 9 devotional stages, and when we are preaching, like for example, when we are doing preaching activities, like we are posting, we are on Facebook, we are making content and trying to also engage our senses in activities which is beyond the 9 devotional activities like Shravan Kirtan, etc., which is direct bhakti yoga. So for a preacher, how these two things even culminate, at the end of the day, because the preacher would continue to do things which should not be directly a bhakti yoga process.
No, but
So,
when you do things as a devotee, because he's connected to Krishna, so everything he does is always connected to Krishna.
okay.
Understand? So it's not that the devotee is not doing anything which is not with Krishna consciousness. For example, he goes to work, he earns some money, he gives to Krishna, right?
Yeah.
And if he eats, he offers food to Krishna.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Sleeps limited hours so that he can wake up and serve Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
He has to have relationship, he want to produce Krishna conscious children.
Yes. Yes.
So how is he that he is not doing anything with Krishna consciousness? Unless he's in doing some Maya, but that's a little rare, no, for him to get into Maya, correct? So how can the devotee be separated from his from Krishna in that sense? Right now.
Yeah.
That's like Arjuna. He asked to fight, correct? But fighting means what? Thinking of me?
Yes.
You said no?
Yes.
So here it says, Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Mam Anusmara Yuddha Cha, fight. Maya Arbito Mana Buddhi Mam Evishasya Samsayah. Therefore, Arjuna, you should always think of me in the form of Krishna.
Yeah.
And at the same time, carry out your prescribed duty of fighting. So you see, at the same time.
Yeah.
So where's the question of not being with Krishna? Maybe momentarily he may sleep, he may, wander away, but his whole life is molded on Krishna, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Right now. So he cannot but be Krishna conscious. He may not be 24 hours Krishna conscious, but it's most of the time Krishna conscious. At least the major function of his life is related to Krishna. Yes?
Yeah.
So his activities are all spiritualized.
Correct.
Compared to the karmis are different. Their whole life is centered on only themselves, Therefore, there's a gulf of difference between them and the devotees.
Yeah.
The devotee knows everything belongs to Krishna, everything coming from Krishna. Krishna is also sitting in my heart.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Yes or not? So how can he be away from a Krishna conscious activity? Very difficult, no? Unless he totally falls down and he completely rejects Krishna, and that's another thing.
Right.
Even he says if a person falls down, even if falls down, my dear Vyasa, even though a devotee of Lord Krishna sometimes fall down some or other, he certainly does not undergo material existence like others, fruity workers. Because a person who has one relished the taste of the lotus feet of the Lord can do nothing but remember that ecstasy again and again.
Yeah.
Right? Is it not?
Yes.
So devotees are always, they cannot give up Krishna actually.
Yeah.
They will linger in their mind, Right?
Yep.
It's an amazing thing about Krishna consciousness. Let's say now you want to give up Krishna. You believe it possible?
No.
So here you can see. You want to read this?
Yeah. An intelligent person who has understood the Supreme Lord in association with your devotees and has become freed from bad materialistic association can never avoid hearing the glories of the Lord, even though he has heard them only once. How then could the Pandavas tolerate his separation? For they had been intimately associated with his person by seeing him face to face, touching him, conversing with him, and sleeping, sitting, and dining with him.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes or not? Be very hard for a devotee to give up Krishna, Is it not?
Correct. Yes, Prabhu.
So his activities are more or less related to Krishna. Of course, it may not be 100% like a pure devotee, but at least, he is on the right path.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
So the more and more he associates, the more and more he get purified.
Okay. Yeah. Correct.
More he associates with the devotees, the more he becomes his faith strengthens.
Yeah.
Right?
Correct.
So how you can be without Krishna? That's not possible, no?
Yes.
Forgetting is one thing. That's why Krishna gives distress, no?
Yeah.
Right? The moment you are distressful, then wow, you start thinking, Correct? Is it not?
Yes, Prabhu.
So that's why Krishna gives distress. So the person will surrender. Krishna is in the heart now. Krishna is always inspiring, giving the intelligence, the forgetfulness, the knowledge. Correct?
Correct. Yes.
So when the devotee become more and more advanced,
Yeah.
then he cannot see anything but Krishna only.
Right.
That's an advanced stage, no?
Yes, bro.
Just like Prabhupada, he went to Pacific Ocean and he started Govinda Jai Jai, Gopal Jai Jai. How to chant Govinda Jai Jai and Gopal Jai inside the Pacific Ocean? How? We cannot see, no? But he is seeing everything as the hand of Krishna.
Correct. Yeah.
So to come to that level where the devotee, says he never see anything separate.
And energies of the Lord also.
Yes. This verse here.
The Mahabhagavad, the advanced devotee, certainly sees everything mobile and immobile, but he does not exactly see their forms. Rather, everywhere he immediately sees manifest the form of everywhere he immediately sees manifest the form of the Supreme Lord. Due to his deep ecstatic, read the purport, Prabhu?
Yes.
Okay. Due to his deep ecstatic love for Krishna, the Mahabhagavad sees Krishna everywhere and nothing else. This is confirmed in the Brahma Samhita 538. Primanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santai Sadai Hridayeshu Vilayayanti. As soon as the devotee sees something, be it mobile or inert, he immediately remembers Krishna. An advanced devotee is advanced in knowledge. This knowledge is very natural to a devotee, for he has already read in the Bhagavad Gita how to awaken Krishna consciousness. According to Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita 7:8, Rasoham apsu kanteya prabhasmi sachi surya pranasva sarva vedesu sabdakhe paurusham nisu. O son of Kunti, Arjuna, I am the taste of water, the light of the sun and the moon, the syllable Om in the Vedic mantras. I am the sound in ether and the ability in man. Thus, when a devotee drinks water or any other liquid, he immediately remembers Krishna. For a devotee, there is no difficulty in awakening Krishna consciousness 24 hours a day. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore says here, a saintly person, an advanced devotee, says Krishna 24 hours a day and nothing else. As far as movable and inert things are concerned, a devotee sees them all as transformations of Krishna's energy. As Lord Krishna states in the Bhagavad Gita 7:4, Bhumi rapo nalo vayu kham mano buddhir evacha ahankara ityam me bhinna prakritir astadha. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego. Altogether, these eight constitute my separated material energies. Yes. Actually, nothing is separate from Krishna. When a devotee sees a tree, he knows that the tree is a combination of two energies, material and spiritual. The inferior energy, which is material, forms the body of the tree. However, within the tree is the living entity, the spiritual spark, which is part and parcel of Krishna. This is the superior energy of Krishna within this world. Whatever living thing we see is simply a combination of these two energies. When an advanced devotee thinks of these energies, he immediately understands that they are manifestations of the Supreme Lord. As soon as we see the sunrise in the morning, we arise and set about doing our morning duties. Similarly, as soon as the devotee sees the energy of the Lord, he immediately remembers Lord Krishna. This is explained in this verse. Sarvatra hai nija ishta deva shruti. A devotee who has purified his existence through devotional service sees only Krishna in every step of life. This is also explained in the next verse, which is a quotation from Srimad Bhagavatam 11.2.45. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, a person advanced in devotional service sees within everything the soul of souls. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, consequently, he always sees the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead as the cause of all causes and understands that all things are situated in him. The planets, creepers, and trees were full of fruits and flowers due to ecstatic love of Krishna. Indeed, being so full, they were bowing down. They were inspired by such deep love for Krishna that they were constantly pouring showers of honey. In this way, the gopis saw all the forests of Vrindavana. This verse, Bhagavatam 10.35.9, is one of the songs of the gopis. One of the songs the gopis sang during Krishna's absence. In Krishna's absence, the gopis were always absorbed in thought of him. Similarly, the Mahabhagavat, the advanced devotee, sees everything as potentially serving the Lord. Srila Rupa Goswami states Prapanchikataya buddha hari sambandhi vastunaha mumukshivihi parityago vairagyam phalgo kathyate. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.2.256. And the advanced devotee does not see anything as disconnected from Krishna. Unlike the Mayavadi philosophers, a devotee does not see the material world as false, because he knows that everything in the material world is connected to Krishna. A devotee knows how to utilize everything in the service of the Lord, and this is characteristic of Mahabharata. The gopis saw the plants, creepers, and forest trees loaded with fruits and flowers and ready to serve Krishna. In this way, they immediately remembered their worshipable Lord Sri Krishna. They did not simply see the plants. They did not simply see plants, creepers, and trees the way a mundaner sees them. Lord Krishna Mahaprabhu continued, my dear Raya, you are an advanced devotee and are always filled with ecstatic love for Radha Krishna. Therefore, whatever you see, anywhere and everywhere, simply awakens your Krishna consciousness.
So you see this point here.
Yeah.
The devotee is always understanding everything is the energy of Krishna.
Yes.
Everything is resting on Krishna. So if he does anything, it definitely is. In fact, first the devotee thinks that he is not the doer, no? Correct?
Yes.
He understands that he's just sitting in the body, and everything is done by the senses, the mind, and everything. Correct?
Yes.
So these are all higher understanding. So, but if he thinks that he is doing things, then that is not proper understanding.
So can we conclude, Prabhu, that Karma Yoga and Bhakti are the two sides of the same coin in that way?
See, when we speak about Karma Yoga means doing these rituals, Karma Kanda thing,
Okay.
Understand? Doing things from the Vedas and getting to
Fruitive. Okay.
Yeah, they want to get promoted to the heavenly planets like that.
Okay.
That's Karma Kanda. Whereas Bhakti Yoga is doing direct service to Krishna,
Okay.
And a Bhakti Yogi does not want anything else but to serve Krishna.
Okay.
As a Karma Kandi, he wants to get material benefits, no? In the process of trying to get that, he even offends Krishna.
Right.
The difference in the Karma Kanda thing and doing service directly to Krishna. That's why Krishna finally say in the Bhagavad Gita, you surrender everything, sarva dharma parityaja, mame saranam vrja. Finally he says, you surrender to me, that's all. Don't worry about anything else. You understand? So that's pure Bhakti Yoga.
Yeah. Yeah.
Initially, he must have spoken about his karma kind of thing, but Krishna never supported that, Can see here, told Arjuna. It says here, rise above, Men of small knowledge are very much attached to the flowery words of the Vedas. We recommend various fruitive activities for elevation to the heavenly planet, result on good birth, power, so forth. When desires of sense gratification and open life, they say there's nothing more than this.
Yeah.
So this is what they preach, Correct?
Yeah.
But Krishna, he wanted Arjuna to go beyond the Vedas.
Correct. Okay. Yeah.
You understand? See, men of small knowledge are attached to flowery words of the Vedas, which recommend various fruitive activity for elevation to heavenly planet, result in good birth, power, and so on. When desires of sense gratification open life, they say there's nothing more than this. This is what actually they want,
Yeah. Fruitive, yes.
So Krishna asked Arjuna to go beyond that.
Yeah. As an offering to me.
Yes. So therefore, this karma yoga is not very much recommended, You understand?
Understood. Yes, bro.
In fact, it is very contaminating, trying to get all these material things.
Yes. Got it.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Sundar Gopal Prabhu, Prabhupada often quoted the verse Yat Karusi to refer to karma yoga, as opposed to what you have been highlighting is karma kanda.
Prabhupada, he says karma yoga is bhakti yoga, If you read Bhagavad Gita, he's always trying to say the karma yoga, he translated as bhakti yoga, So that's how Prabhupada, uses the term. But in strict sense, karma yoga means this karma kanda thing, doing this kind of things to get promoted to the heavenly planet and all that, So they are doing all this, rituals with the Vedas. So that is not very much encouraged by Krishna at all, because devotees don't do. In fact, here in Bhagavad Gita, he says, rise above the three Vedas, Arjuna was told. But here, and this verse, in this verse, he says here, oh, sorry. It says here, this Vedavada, Vedavada rato nasya na pashandi na haitukaha. This verse. So say a devotee should never engage in fruitive rituals, mention the karma kanda section of the Vedas. See? Nor should he be atheistic, acting or speaking in opposition to Vedic injunctions. Similarly, he should never speak like a mere logician, or sanctic, or take any side whatsoever in useless arguments. So karma kanda thing is karma yoga, never encouraged. But some people are very attached to this, So of course our whole Krishna Kant or Vedic tree caters for people in the mode of goodness, people in the mode of passion, people in the mode of ignorance, like that. Is to facilitate everybody, because everybody needs to be somewhere, no? You cannot just say that, oh, you don't accept, we kick you out. They have to go somewhere. So therefore, there are three sections. There are those who worship demigods, those who worship the forefathers, those who worship the ghosts, those who worship, Krishna. Different categories. So everybody has their desires. That's why Krishna takes many, many years, many, many births to understand I'm all in all. It's not something that you just tomorrow you become, no? Yes, of course. You get the mercy of a pure devotee, then you can immediately become, there's no doubt about that. But generally people are evolving, So what to do? Right? For devotee, yeah, definitely it's not recommended. But for those who are not devotees, practically in India, most people are into this fire sacrifice and going to, chant mantras or the Vedas and all this thing they want to do, no? So they are more attached to this fire sacrifice thing. Correct? You understand that Krishna consciousness is much, much more superior. Yes?
Yes.
There may be discrepancies in pronouncing the mantras and observing regulative principle, and moreover, there may be discrepancies in regard to time, place, person, and fellowship. But when your Lordship's holy name is chanted, everything becomes faultless. So this thing they don't know. Right? In fact, the sages in Namasrenya, they were doing this sacrifice and the body has become black, covered with black smoke, no? And they're not sure also it's going to work or not. Correct?
Yeah.
You know that verse? Huh? So you see how, unless you learn from a devotee, you will know all these things. Correct?
Yeah.
So it is very important they understand. That's why we need an acharya to learn this, otherwise we won't know, we don't understand also. Spiritual, in fact, in that one verse it says, though, by doing this, they won't definitely recognize Krishna. We just began the performance of fruity Bhakti, sacrificial fire, but we are without certainty. See that word here, without certainty. Always a result because of the many imperfection in our action. Kali Yuga. Our bodies have become black from the smoke, but we are factually pleased by the nectar of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, which you are distributing. This is what it is. But we are pleased with this, hearing about the glories of the Lord. Because this karma kanda thing, it's not sure, And see here, the same point is instructed here. So therefore, we need to study this, as I said, with the help of a spiritual master. We don't have the spiritual master, then we cannot understand this. It's like this. No doubt they are also part of the Vedic system. The worship is the demigod thing. We shall worship the demigod in this life, and by our sacrifice, we shall go to heaven and enjoy there. When that enjoyment is finished, we shall return to this world and take birth as great householders in aristocratic families. Been excessively proud and greedy, such persons are bewildered by the flowery words of the Vedas. They're not attracted to topics about me, the Supreme Lord. Yeah? They're not attracted to Krishna. They think what they are doing is, the topmost thing. Naturally, because this is how the modes of material nature work. They dilute the person's intelligence, Because to get to Krishna, you require the mercy of a pure devotee. Then you understand everything. You understand completely what is this karma kanda, what is this karma yoga, and what is, this Astanga yoga, and what is jnana yoga, and finally you understand
Bhakti.
the purpose of life, Krishna consciousness. Unless you become Krishna, Bhagavan iti sabdayati. If you understand Bhagavan, then you understand everything properly. Otherwise, you understand bits and pieces, no? Correct? It's very popular in India. Most Indians are into this thing. Havan. They're not into chanting. Right? But in the other parts of the world, people don't know all this karma kanda stuff and all. For them, it's easier to accept, no? Krishna. Without any problems. Even demigods also, they don't know. So, a big difference. Yes. That's why you read the 3rd chapter, Prabhupada translate, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, same. Yes.
Yes, bro.
Yes, some more questions?
Yeah, there are some in the chat.
Regarding fire sacrifice, okay. My question is there a hierarchy of Upanishads and Puranas? Some of the Puranas are tamasic in nature, and are there sources from Shastra confirming Purana outside of Srimad Bhagavatam is tamasic? Yeah, there's 18 Puranas, 6 in the mode of goodness, 6 in the mode of passion, and 6 in the mode of ignorance. The Upanishads also, they're 108. So all are there because according to the modes of nature, there's some instruction for them. Everything is inside the Vedas, The Vedas got A to Z, no? Yes. So we have to know. Like here,
Okay.
I can give you this information here for you to know. You want to read this? One only.
Hare Krishna, anyone would like to volunteer to read? Sean Prabhu's question it is actually. If you, Sean Prabhu, if you would like to.
So here you can read regarding the Upanishad, the following 11 Upanishads are considered to be topmost: Isha, Kena, Kata, Prasna, Mukunda, Mandukya, Aitreya, Chandogya, Pradharankya, Sesvatara. However, in the Mukti Upanishad, verses 30 to 39, there's a description of the 108 Upanishad. They are as follows. Ishopanishad is number 1. That's what we have got. Kenopanishad, Katopanishad, Prasnopanishad, Mandukopanishad, Mandukyopanishad, or that one is Mukunda Upanishad, Mundako Upanishad, Mandukya Upanishad, Taittiriya Upanishad, Aitreya Upanishad, Chandogya Upanishad, Brad Aranyok Upanishad, Brahmo Upanishad, and it goes on and on until it's 108 here, And see, so many, see, all are listed here. There are 108 general Upanishads, of which 11 are the most important as previously stated. So these are the Upanishads, And Upanishads are usually considered as surti, you know, and they are like headlines of the Vedas. They speak in like the headlines, you know. One small verse like that, they be elaborated in many ways. And then you have got the Puranas. There are 18 Puranas, and their names also listed. So everything is there. So yeah. So you can read here, there's Puranas on this. The Brahma Purana consists of 10,000 verses, the Padma Puranam 55,000 verses, Sri Vishnu Puranam 23,000, Shiva Puranam 24,000, Srimad Bhagavatam 18,000, Narada Puranam is 25,000 verses, Markandeya Puranam 9,000, Agni Puranam 15,400, Bhavishya Puranam 14,500. So like this, Brahma Vaivarta Puranam, Linga Puranam, Varaha Puranam, Skanda Puranam, Vamana Puranam, Kurma Puranam, Matsya Puranam, Garuda Puranam, Brahmanda Puranam. The total number of verses in all the Puranam is 400,000. 18,000 of these once again belong to the beautiful Srimad Bhagavatam. See? After compiling the 18 Puranas, Vyasadeva, the son of Satyavati, composed the entire Mahabharata, which contains the essence of all the Puranas. It consists of over 100,000 verses and filled with all the ideas of the Vedas. There is also the account of pastime of Lord Ramachandra, spoken by Valmiki, an account originally related to Lord Brahma in 1 billion verses. The Ramayana was later summarized by Narada and related to Valmiki who further presented it to mankind so that the human being could attain the goals of religiosity, sense gratification, economic development. The total number of verses in all the Puranas, Itihasas are history, Ramayana, Mahabharata are called Itihasas, is thus known in human society to amount to 525,000 verses. Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti points out that in the first canto, third chapter of the work, after Sutta Goswami lists the incarnation of Godhead, he adds special verse, Krishna to Bhagavan Swayam. But Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. Similarly, after mentioning all the Puranas, Srila Sutta Goswami again mentioned the Srimad Bhagavatam to emphasize that it is the chief of all Puranic literatures. So our whole idea is to, read the Bhagavatam. Why we need to hear all the other Puranas which are not in the mode of pure goodness? Yes?
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to ask about that. And this, again, this purport, is this from, it's from the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam?
Yes, this is in the 12th canto. 12, 13, 10, in case you want to look at it.
Yeah, okay.
You can read this up again and you understand. And you follow. Huh?
Yeah, I understand.
So you have to know all these things are all important in trying to understand. There's all these 4 kinds of evidences,
And there's 8 or 9 Upanishads that are most important?
Shruti, you know, Vedic knowledge, Pratyaksha, direct experience, Itihasam. Itihasam usually refers to the history, Anumanam is logical induction, and this, you know, from the four types of evidence, Vedic knowledge, direct experience, traditional wisdom, logical induction, one can understand the temporary, insubstantial situation in the material world and thus become detached from the duality of this world. That's the whole idea of studying all this, to become detached from the duality of this world. So all this thing, if you read and you don't come to this point, then what's the point? Right? I may read the Puranas, which is in the mode of ignorance, and do all kind of crazy stuff. And then what's the purpose of that? You understand?
Yeah.
So we have to know this, you know. Okay, I think I explained that already. What is the next question? My mother always anti me because I don't like to eat onion and garlic. How can I bhakti when I'm eating this onion and garlic? I am feel that my bhakti is decreased. My mother is always mixed. So what is the question? Nikesh Subedi, what he's saying, what he's trying to say, can someone find out?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I think he's saying that he is unable to give up onion and garlic because his mother is not very supportive. So how does he practice bhakti while eating onion and garlic in such circumstances?
So that's going to be difficult, isn't it? If you ask me a question, how to do bhakti by eating meat, can? Hello? So you have to not eat the food. You don't eat for 3 days, then automatically your mother will cook without onion and garlic. She loves you, correct? Yes or not? You just take the rice and maybe take something else, some raw vegetables like tomatoes and salad or something, and eat some yogurt or take some pickles. And you will keep eating like this, and your mother see you're not eating, then she will give up cooking with onion and garlic. Yes? Hello? Anybody here can explain it to him? Is he around?
Yeah. He's not, Prabhu. He has just left.
Oh, he just left. Okay, you can write to him, huh? Someone can write to him.
Sure, Prabhu.
Yeah, Prabhupada said when you install, just chanting is sufficient. But when you do that, Prabhupada was doing this in Vrindavan, he called all the Pandits to chant all the mantras while the Kirtan was going on. So because if we don't do it, then the local people will not accept you, know, they think this is not properly done, no? So in order to get the local support, Prabhupada had the Brahmin chant all the mantras. So sometimes you have to do in some way to attract them to come to the temple where they can get to learn and get purified. You understand?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hmm.
So, but that is not important. I mean, at most important.
In Kali Yuga, chanting is enough. But just by chanting, others will not accept, no?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji.
So we have to sometimes do this show, you know. That the chanting of this, all this Havan and all in Kali Yuga, there's no qualified Brahmin to chant anyway. Yes? Just now we
Yes,
read,
Prabhuji.
just now I showed the verse, no? Just by chanting, everything becomes complete, correct?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So it is not really required. But for the sake of bringing them into our fold, we have to sometimes act in some way. Correct?
Yes, Prabhuji.
How
Hare
to,
Krishna Prabhu.
yeah, who is this?
But in the West, Prabhupada also performed fire sacrifice for installing deities, but nobody's aware of this in the West. So what would be the purpose there?
Prabhupada did it because, he did the Vaishnava mantras, Acharyas, invoking all the Acharyas. This is Vaishnava Homam, Whereas the other guys, they do this Karmakanda Homa, Two different things, So in Pancharatra Triki, this recommended, ours is in the Pancharatrika line. So we follow all those that given in the Pancharatrika, how to put the deities and all. But when Prabhupada was in Vrindavan, he had to do it because, the other guys will not come to our temple. They pass rumors and then everybody will boycott our temple, So that's a problem, see? So he had to call. In India, different, no, but West is different. Nobody knows anything, no? So he has to do initiation, for example. There must be done on the fire because the fire represents the Lord, right?
Yeah.
So deities also, we have to invite the deity through the fire. So these are all some ritual that is there recommended to do, no? So we follow our spiritual master. What is necessary he does, what not necessary he don't do. Yes?
Yeah.
And everything is accompanied by chanting of Hare Krishna.
Yes, Acharya Upasanam, no? We follow the Acharya's example. If there's no need for that, you wouldn't even recommend doing it anyway, correct? Yes?
Yeah.
So we have to learn how to do everything. In fact, Prabhupada taught us everything, no?
So Prabhuji, with Vaishnava mantras, we need to do that fire sacrifice for installing deities.
Yes.
Okay.
Vaishnava, Homa and this Smarta, they do also Homa. They have Navagrahas and all that kind of 9 planets and all kind of thing, which we don't do. Ours we chant all the Acharyas mantras in the Parampara. They don't do that. They chant all the demigods' name. You understand? They're different rituals. How to get the mercy of a pure devotee for a non-devotee? How to get the mercy of a pure devotee for a non-devotee? So you give him the books. You will give him something from the pure devotee. Contact. Taking the das, taking the ramanans, taking the water, or in our case, we distribute the books. Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So when you get all this, you distribute, then somebody who's non-devotee gets to read even one line, his life will change. Right? That's why devotee association is most important. Just like Maharaj's mother told him to go to the forest. Yes. She showed him the way. Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So like that, there's so many devotees. They show ways to other devotees to come to Prabhupada, the pure devotee. Their whole life change. Is it not?
Yes, Prabhuji. So for a non-devotee who has no background of worshipping and all, for him, at least he or she must do little bit of pious activity. Then only will they get mercy of devotee. Or
Definitely, he must have some piety, otherwise how Krishna will make the connection?
okay.
Yes or not?
Yes, Prabhuji.
This is a mysterious science, You don't know, like you come to Krishna conscious, you don't know how much something you have done, when you have done it, how you have done it. This is all under the record of Krishna, no? Correct?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yesham to antagata papam jananam punya karmanam tedvanta moha nirmukta bhajante mam dridavata. So, person who have acted piously, persons who acted piously in previous life and in this life, whose sinful actions are completely eradicated, are free from the dualities of delusion, and they engage themselves in my service with determination. So the piety and coming in contact with the pure devotee is all simultaneously engaged, all going on. Because without that connection with the pure devotee, it's not possible to go to Krishna. And this is all under the arrangement of Krishna. You understand?
Yes, Prabhuji.
You cannot explain this. It's inconceivable. How you suddenly come and then the devotee is there and you got the book and then you read and your whole life changed. How is it possible to explain? Yes? You plan on
Yes.
it, you cannot plan these things. Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Oh, it's Krishna's mercy. Somebody may get the book, he doesn't not interested, he may pass to somebody else and that person take it and his life change. Huh? Right?
Yes.
So we have a case of a man, he just hates the devotee. So he was, he went on the train or something, one devotee passing a book. He was so mad with it, he tore the book into pieces, but he threw it in the bag because he couldn't throw outside. So he brought it back and then the servant saw the book torn in pieces. She pasted it all back and then she put on the bookshelf. So then this man in a high job, he lost his job, everything gone. He finally no more desperate. He just took out again, went to his bookshelf, and then he saw what he took out. It all in pasted with scotch tape all over, and he started reading, and his whole life changed. And he realized what he did, beating up devotees. You understand? So how Krishna does, you cannot understand the power of Krishna. So why Krishna consciousness cannot be destroyed by anybody. By the demons also, by coming in contact with Krishna, they can go back to Godhead. And what to speak about the devotees, no? Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Even plants and animals and all, they also go back one. So, and yes, everything is, Krishna is so powerful, Even you saw the case of Hiranyakashipu, he tried to kill his son. He could not succeed. Did he succeed?
No.
Not possible, Yeah. Even the worms, birds and beasts are assured of elevation. To the highest perfectional life, if they are completely surrendered to the transcendental loving service of the Lord. So what to speak of the philosophers among the human beings? Even the worms and birds and beasts, they can go back. If someone or they come in contact with the devotional service. In many cases of animals, yes, the dog that was favored by Sivananda Sena, I think. Then he went to the dog went to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and after that he went back to Godhead. So dogs and all can go. What about human beings who surrender? Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, devotee means compulsory he must be a disciple of current acharya.
Definitely, without guru, there's no question. Without guru, you cannot go anywhere. Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So Krishna says here, O son of Prita, those who take shelter in me, though they be of lower birth, women, Vaishyas, merchants, Shudras, workers, can attain the supreme destination. Yes?
Yes.
How much more this is so for the righteous Brahmanas, the devotees, and the saintly kings. Therefore, having come to this temporary miserable world, engage in loving service to me. If all the women, all the Sudras, and all the lower sinful people can all go back, how much more the righteous Brahmanas and the devotees who are practicing? Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So, devotees are a different level, actually. That's why Krishna has special mercy on the devotees. You know, that's why Arjuna was told, by all means, Arjuna, you become a devotee. A devotee is better than a karmi yogi, better than a jnana yogi, better than the one who does mystic yoga. Devotee is high place. That's why Arjuna was someone who is always thinking of me. He is considered highest of all. Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Devotional service is unmatched, you know. It's the greatest wealth. If anyone can become a devotee, it is like winning the lottery, you know. There is no other higher thing than this. Because to get Krishna, Krishna even says, after many, many births, many cycles of births, you will come to Krishna consciousness. Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji. There are some devotees that I know, but they are not the disciples of current acharya. So, are they also like, will they have favor of Krishna in them?
They have favor, we don't say no, but it's a bit shunted now. You understand?
Okay.
They got Prabhupada, yes, but they gone to the wrong people who misleading them. So if they come back to the right source, then their spiritual life will grow properly.
Okay. Yes, Prabhuji, I understood.
It's not that they don't have the mercy, they have. So some or other, they need guidance, proper guidance, no?
Yes.
Then the plant will grow very nicely, their devotional creeper. But if they go to the wrong person, then it becomes shunted, will not grow properly. In fact, even the creeper can die. As in the case of many of them who went to all these wrong gurus and the guru fell down and they left Krishna consciousness also altogether. Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So they need the proper connection and proper guidance. Otherwise, spiritually, very difficult. Spiritual life means association. Number one rule in spiritual life is association. You show compassion to the one who is lower, the one is equal, you make friends. Someone is more higher, you serve. As that in the nectar of instruction. There are three ways we have to associate. And if we don't take association, very difficult for us to grow spiritually. That's why Prabhupada set up everywhere the society, Hare Krishna temple, all over the world. Why? So that they can come and take association. Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Otherwise, the temple is all like, oh, everywhere there's temple, whole India, especially all temple everywhere. Just some ritual, no?
Yes.
Yes. What's the point of that? Huh? Correct?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So the distinction is the preaching. If we preach, then the whole thing is different. That's why the ISKM movement is unique in the sense that they teach the scriptures that you know, you understand. Then yes, your faith will solidify, you become stronger, your convictions are more solid. Correct?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So that is very important. This teaching is so important. What's the use of just talking and talking? You have to educate the devotees. That's what is number one point. Like now I'm showing you, see here, you see there, you see this, you see that, correct? Why? Huh? So that you read and you learn, is it not?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Huh? You may have read the Bhagavad Gita, but you see now, oh, this verse I forgot, correct? Is it not? Is it not?
Yes,
Huh?
Prabhuji.
Oh,
Yes.
is there such a verse here in the Gita? You can see, correct? Huh?
Yes.
Huh? So this is how you learn. Then you, same way, I also learn like that. You know, I read Prabhupada books and the Prabhupada, he will quote the Bhagavad Gita verse and then I see how he applies it. When I get realization, oh, this is how he explained it. So we learn from our spiritual master. Or in this case, you learn from devotees who are little experienced. Correct?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Then your enthusiasm will increase. Oh, okay, I want to read the book now. Wow, this is nice, huh? This verse is so good. I want to learn this also. So that's enthusiasm. That's the right association.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Any other questions?
I think one question from Satyam Prabhu.
What's the question? Satyam, huh? My father is always contaminated with the idea of caste brahmana consciousness and want me also to believe the same. He also says stuff like you should not leave your Kula Devata. I know there is not much use of preaching to him, but as long as I'm living in the house, how should I save myself from getting contaminated and fix myself in Krishna consciousness despite such disturbing elements? So how to do this? So the best way to do this is that, yes, you go to the demigods, nobody is saying no, but you can always chant the prayers in the Brahma Samhita, you know. In the Brahma Samhita, there are a lot of prayers. For example, when you worship Lord Shiva, you can chant the prayer to Lord Shiva. Shiram yathada divikara visesa yoga samchayate. That's the prayer for Lord Shiva. Then you go to Durga, you can chant the mantra for Durga. Huh? Yes. Then for Ganesh, you can chant the prayer from the Brahma Samhita for Ganesh. So like that, there are all these prayers. Nobody say you cannot do this. You can still chant all these prayers. They'll become more happier. At the same time, you also don't rock the boat. You keep quiet, you know. But you're pleasing the demigod as well. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes or not? You want to fight, then how to do? Problem, no? Until you get your independence, you still... Yes?
Yes, sir.
How to do like that? So many problems, you know. Father is thinking that he is a scholar. Huh? Yes?
Yes.
How to challenge him? Yes? So therefore we follow what Prabhupada has taught us. We chant the prayers. In this way the demigod also happy. Yes? Yes or not?
Yes.
So we have to understand now how to do, because you are a new boy, correct? Your father think you don't know anything for sure. Yes?
Mm.
Yes or not? So what to do? If you fight, he will throw you out of the house. I don't think you want that, right? Do you want to live on your own or something? Hmm? Yes or not? Correct.
Yeah.
So we have to be careful. Just wait for your time until something Krishna arranges. Then yes, meantime it doesn't mean that you should compromise. Huh? He's speaking all crazy things, you cannot compromise, no? Can you? Can
No, Prabhu. No,
we don't want to do that also. Same time, the way out is to learn these prayers from the Brahma Samhita about how to pray to all these demigods. And this way you can escape, no?
Mm.
Right? I'm trying to take out the verses for you and show you the place where all these verses are. Give me a minute, I'm trying to locate that verse. It's inside the Chaitanya Charitamrita. With all these prayers for Lord Shiva and prayers for Durga, prayers for Ganesh, prayers for the sun god, So all the prayers are there in the Brahma Samhita. You just have to learn how to pray, You can always, yeah, okay, it is here. I show you now. So in this verse, you see here Ganesh, Lord Vishnu, Brahma. So this verse is for prayer for Durga. Sristi Sitri Pralaya Sadhana Sakti Reka Chaya Yasya Bhavanani Vibhati Durga Ichanurupama Piyasya Sitetu Tesa Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So you see the external potency Maya, who is the nature of the shadow of the Chit spiritual potency, is worshipped by all people as Durga. The creating, preserving, and destroying agents of the mundane world. I adore the primal Lord Govinda, in accordance with whose will Durga conducts herself. So this is the prayer to Durga. You can go to her and pray like this. Then if you go to Shiva, you can pray Chiram Yathada Divikara Vishesa Yoga Sanjayate na hitata pratagasti hetu Yat Sambhutama Pitata Samupete Karyat Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Milk is transformed into yoga by actions or accidya. The effect yoga is neither the same nor different from its cause, milk. I adore the primal Lord Govinda, whom the state of Sambhu is another name of Shiva, is a similar transformation for the performance work of destruction. So Lord Shiva is involved in destruction, but he has to get the permission of Krishna. So this is a prayer for Lord Shiva. And here, Basmansya Tasma Sakaleshu Nijeshu Teja Sivyam Kiyat Prakatyatya Pitavad Yatra Brahma Yaesa Jagadanda Vidana Karta Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. I adore the primal Lord Govinda, from whom the separated subject portion Brahma receive his power for the regulation of mundane world, just as the sun manifests a portion of his own light in all effulgent germs that bear such names as Surya Kanta. So this is a prayer for Lord Brahma. Yeah, this is a prayer for Ganesh. Yadpada Pallava Yugam Vinidaya Gumba Dvandve Pranama Samaye Saganadi Raja Viknam Vihantam Alam Yasya Jagatriyasya Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So here I worship the primal Lord Govinda, Ganesh, who always hold the Lord's lotus feet upon the pair of tumuli protruding from his elephant head in order to obtain power for his function of destroying all obstacles on the path of progress in the three worlds. So this is a prayer for Ganesh. So you can learn this prayer and pray to Ganesh, no harm. And here we have a prayer for the sun god Yachaksu. Saesu Savita Sakala Grahanam Raja Samasta Suramurti Asesu Teja Yasya Ghyaya Brahmati Sambrata Kala Chakro Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So this is a prayer for the sun full of infinite effulgence, who is the king of all the planets in the image of the good soul. It's like the eye of this world. I adore primal Lord Govinda, in whose pursuance of whose order the sun performed a journey mounting the wheel of time. So see, so everything is related to Govinda. I worship him. All the demigods are servants of Krishna. They are not equal with Krishna. Therefore, if one goes to temple or the Panchopasana mentioned above, one should not accept the deity as they are accepted by the impersonalists. All of them are to be accepted as personal God, but they all serve the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Shankaracharya, for example, is understood to be incarnation of Lord Shiva, as described in the Padma Purana. He propagated the Mayavad philosophy under the order of the Supreme Lord. We have already discussed the point in text 114 of this chapter. Tanra dosha nahi tenho agyana kari dasha. Shankaracharya is not at fault, for he has thus covered the real purport of the Vedas under the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Although Lord Shiva, in the form of Brahmana Shankaracharya, preached the false philosophy of Mayavad, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu nevertheless has said that since he did it on the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, there is no fault on his part. So you see, so all these prayers have to be done accordingly. So if you see the demigod in relation with Krishna, then what's the problem? Yes, but if you worship them as all in all, separate from Krishna or equal to Krishna or even more than Krishna, then that's fault. We don't do like that. You understand?
Yes.
Huh? So you have to learn how to see in the proper way. Then, yeah, what's the problem? Yeah, because you are in the house, you're caught. Okay, at least you won't fall down like that if you relate everything to Krishna. Yes.
Yes.
So this is important. What is this now? One more question. What is this question? Vrinda. Prabhuji, I wanted to thank you for giving us this wonderful association. Prabhuji, coming to ISKM, I could actually feel the Prabhupada used to stay. That association devotee is what will help us each moment to be Krishna conscious and stay a little away from materialistic people. With your association in devotees here, I am here learning each and every day to serve spiritual master as per instruction. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for giving us your valuable time and association, for always motivating and inspiring us by your personal experiences. To serve the Lord. All right, so good. At least I'm in some way helping you. I'm fortunate. I thank you for your very nice realization. Now we have you and the devotee association trained by under your bona fide instructions. Could you please let us know how you faced the tough initial stage when you had none like you to help to us, help you to us to guide, to help to you, had none like you to us to direct.
Just like you are for us, like that you didn't have anyone like you at that point of time, now, Prabhuji.
Yeah, but some or other, Krishna was always there helping, somewhere or other he is always, guiding and helping, and so many challenges are there. Even now also everybody is facing challenges. Most of you are all alone here and there, correct?
Yes.
So it's very difficult for, like this boy is now saying his father is on top of him and is giving him a hard time, right? Satyam, is it?
Yes, Prabhuji.
And I don't know, Vrinda, your family, I don't know how they are. I don't know, but most of you girls will have a lot of pressure. Yes? Yeah?
Yes. Yes, Prabhuji.
So Krishna consciousness is a challenge,
Yes, but when we read the books, we don't get that much realization how you are seeing us. Means how did you get that instructions, Prabhuji? Exactly how Prabhupada has written. In that level only you understood, and you are teaching us also. So
I don't know. I simply surrendered to Prabhupada, and you ask me a question, and some or other Krishna is in my heart and is giving me the intelligence to show you the verse. That's all I know.
nice, Prabhuji.
I also don't know how this comes. Sometimes certain verses just come,
Means for coming to that kind of level, so much practice must be done, no, Prabhuji? Like,
I don't know about practice, but I think it's simply Krishna's mercy, influencing faith in both Guru and Krishna, then this automatically reveals, I also am telling you, I wonder sometimes, I just don't know how suddenly these verses are appearing. My memory goes to some places that I once read it or once heard it or something. And then I am able to recollect that, Like now she is asking about how to go and pray to all the demigods and all that. You see, I remember this words and you see, came out again. Yes?
yes,
So
Prabhuji.
Krishna is in the heart, no? He's inspiring everybody. It's not only for me, everybody can also get this. Because Krishna is in your heart also. Yes? So we just need to be patient, surrender, and then Krishna will reveal everything. Yes? Correct.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So you are hearing, and then you are hearing, you all are young, this may be first time, second time, third time. You just keep hearing and hearing, eventually it becomes established in the heart. Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So repeatedly hearing is very important. Not that we hear one time and finish. That's why you chant the prayer, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. What is that verse? Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. You chant Srimad Bhagavatam. What is that? Anyone?
Ashtaprayeshu Bhagavadreshu.
So what's the number?
1 to 18. 1 to 18.
1 to 18. So you see, this is the verse. Every time you must hear. What is that? Yeah, Nasta Prayeshu Abdreshu. You see the word here, Nityam. Correct.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So if you do it every day, by regular attendance in the classes and Bhagavatam, and by rendering service to the pure devotee. Two things, no? Hearing the Bhagavatam and serving the devotee, pure devotee. And all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed. And loving service unto the personality of God, it is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Yes. So you
Yes,
do
Prabhuji.
every day you do without fail. And surely all these things will come manifest in your heart without fail. Matter of becoming fixed up. Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
There's no other secret, no magic, what the magic? The books are there, you are there, Prabhupada is there, Krishna is there, everything is there, right?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So carry on, you patiently with due diligence, just practice every day, wake up in the morning, chant your rounds, and try to stay Krishna conscious, do whatever you can. Krishna is in your heart, he will reveal. He say he will reveal, he will reveal. If he is not revealing, then we be patient. Yes, what we can do, we do. Correct?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So any other questions? Anybody have anything else to add? There's no shortcut to success, right? Gradually, Prabhupada said, gradually. If you don't practice strictly, then it is difficult for us to make progress. Yes, Krishna is in your heart, he can see you, correct?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Sincerity is the name of the game. And there's always difficulties in spiritual life, It's not a rosy road. Whatever you can think will not happen, will always happen though. That's how it works. So we have to endeavor. We have to become very fixed up. Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Any other questions? Anyone want to share their experiences? Huh? Especially you are with ISKM, the challenges are even more tough, yes. They say the word Ritvik, immediately everybody runs away from you. Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
They don't allow you to the temple. So many things. So big challenge. And we have very few temples. I don't know where you are. Many people all scattered all over India. Correct?
Yes.
And,
Prabhuji, this is also like a similar situation like in Mahabharata, how that Pandavas and Kauravas are there. They have a lot of warriors. I mean, in India, so many ISKCON devotees, they are preaching. It's like how we can combat with them. Means, will it be forever like this only, like fighting against each other?
whether it's going to be like this or not, our faith in Krishna and Prabhupada should not waver, no?
Yes.
It doesn't matter whether we are few or many, but the main thing is to develop love for Krishna. Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Something that is wrong will always attract many people. Something that is right will have only few people, That's a general rule. You understand? The Pandavas were few, but they had Krishna.
Sometimes by seeing their that knowledge and all, we get some kind of fear comes, Prabhuji. Can we handle them or not, like that? Because that much strength is not there.
Knowledge gives strength. You have knowledge, you get strength. You understand? It doesn't matter the numbers. If you're pure, then what to worry? Correct?
Yes, Prabhuji.
It's not that you have to worry for their, so-called very grand setup, and we don't have anything. Doesn't mean that we are wrong. When Prabhupada was starting, it was like that for him also. He had nothing, All his god brothers had all the temples. Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Similarly, we are also like that. We don't have all the temples, but doesn't mean that we are on the wrong sides. That requires faith. Correct?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Truth prevails, they say. Right? So I'm sure you must be convinced you're on the right side. Yes or not?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So we have to convince others. Many people are following very blindly, they don't know. So we have to educate. I remember when the early days in 1997, we have to, trying to spread our, Ritvik understanding. It was very tough. Nobody would want to come near us. There's so many problems. And then we also separated with each other. So, okay, no problem. Of course, in my case, I just moved on. And today I'm fortunate that I have so many devotees who are coming forward to help. Although we are not in that kind of grandeur scale, but still we are somewhere. Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So we can only grow. More and more we get together, we serve in some other the strife for Prabhupada. I'm sure by his mercy, things will come one by one. At least you all are very young. I'm sure you can push on, correct?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Around, I'm getting old, maybe not there, but you all are there. Yes? So many more years to go. And I don't know, maybe by your time you have more all retweets everywhere, correct? Cannot say, correct? People all are daily waking up. I see many people are getting to realize. Huh?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Sean, is it not Sean? Huh? We have Sean, we have Emmanuel. So many people are coming. America, Canada, Russia, India also. So daily, in fact, right now we have somebody coming from Japan. They want to start some temple in Japan. Japanese devotees. So how is it that we are not moving? Tell me.
Yes, Prabhuji, we are.
Got 33 people here listening to this. 33 of you can have another 33. How much does it grow? 33 into 33, how much? 30 into 30, how much is that? 900?
9.
Huh? Yes? Yes or not? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, Prabhuji.
And if you 900 into 900, how much it goes? Correct? So the question of training all of you up. The more and more you ask your question, the more and more you clear your doubt. Maybe this doubt is not only in your mind, there's other devotees' mind. And more you see all the relevant, verses comparing to the question asked, your faith increases. And tomorrow you will have to talk to others, and this way you will also convince others. Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Then our ISKM will be on a robust footing. I can give you in writing. Nobody can challenge us on philosophy. That you can take for me from writing. You can ask any questions, there's no problem. Any questions. Because the answer is in Prabhupada books. And the unique thing about ISKM devotees is that they were able to take the answer from the book for you. Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Nobody in the other camp can do it. Nobody, even in the Ritu camp also. No, I give you in writing. Because I train people up, I know. So all of you should take this up seriously. Then why we cannot be reckon force for them? We can overcome. And we will overcome. Because we have truth in our hands. And we have Prabhupada and Krishna. So wherever there's Krishna, there's no Maya. But wherever there's no Krishna, then there's Maya.
This is all happening under the supervision of spiritual master Prabhuji. I mean, Srila Prabhupada, wherever he is currently, as he is eternal, it's happening under his guidance.
Of course, unless you're connected to Prabhupada, then how Krishna will give the mercy? Yes?
Yes.
Krishna don't know us, but he knows Prabhupada. And if Prabhupada is some or other you please him, then Krishna will become pleased automatically. Yasya prasada bhagavat prasada, yasya aprasada nagati gatopi. Yes?
Yes. Means how will I know that I have pleased Srila Prabhupada Prabhuji?
When you can chant 16 rounds and follow the 4 principles, means you're pleasing the spiritual master. Without preaching the spiritual master, you cannot chant 16 rounds and you cannot follow the 4 principles. Not possible.
So whenever I say Srila Prabhupada, it is like I'm directly in contact with spiritual master Srila Prabhupada. Is it so, Prabhuji?
Directly in contact with the spiritual master.
Okay.
Directly. You understand? When you chant Namarom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami iti naminen Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharinen Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarin. Then you are directly in contact with the spiritual master. Yes? Hello?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
Then why you chant this mantra? For fun, is it? Mantra, these are not called some songs or something. This is called mantras, correct?
Yes.
Pranava mantra, correct? So when you chant this mantra, you're directly connected to spiritual master. So was one devotee in Malaysia, he was traveling and then he didn't wake up for Mangala Arati and he spaced out that day. So he had to go with Prabhupada in the car, in the same car. So he feel very bad, he was feeling so many things he didn't do, he spaced out. So he sat in the car and he just started offering obeisance to Prabhupada. He chanted mentally, Namarom, Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prishtaya, like that. Bhaktivedanta Swami Tinamine. Prabhupada was sitting in the front seat. And then Prabhupada just looked at him and said, when you offer obeisance to the spiritual master, everything is forgiven. How did Prabhupada know? He's sitting in the front and this guy is chanting the mantra silently. Huh? Hello?
It's really so interesting, Prabhuji. I really don't.
So see how Prabhupada is, he's saying, no, when you offer obeisance to the spiritual master, all this thing you're doing is forgiven, finish. How did Prabhupada know? Huh? Because he's representing Krishna. You understand? Huh?
Yes.
Immediately, what he understood, he's not dealing with some kind of ordinary person. You follow? That's
Yes,
why if you
Prabhuji.
chant, then why Prabhupada cannot help you? Huh?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So that faith you must have, That faith is lacking, then how to get progress? If you treat the spiritual master as an ordinary man, then how you can get his mercy?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji. But sometimes for our material eyes, it will not be visible, means whether we are with Prabhupada or...
Just follow blindly now. You just follow blindly and everything will come automatically.
Okay, Prabhuji. Yes.
Prabhupada is a pure devotee, then what to worry about? At least he will not cheat you, correct?
Yes.
So you strengthen your faith, you pray like this to Prabhupada to give you mercy, and many things will happen. Because as I gave you this story, how do Prabhupada know? Okay, the representative of Krishna. Correct?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So you do like that, huh?
Yes.
But here even I say Krishna, then also people run. So never mind, you chant more and they run further more, no problem, huh? At least if you want to get rid of someone, you chant Hare Krishna. You know how to get rid of people, correct? Hello? Bhakta Himanshu.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhu, could we throw foodstuff containing iron and garlic? I also had thrown some because I don't want to eat them. But Prabhu, did I done something wrong? Well, you can give to the animals to eat, The cows is always, they will eat. Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
Definitely you cannot eat them for sure. They're contaminated, no? It's mode of passion and ignorance, and you take food contaminated, very difficult to chant Krishna name.
Yes, Prabhu.
If you eat this contaminated food, then Krishna will not manifest in your heart. Right?
Yes, Prabhu.
So why you want to contaminate yourself? There's so many things to eat, you must not necessarily eat only this, yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
So you try to become fixed up, then everything will come one by one. Especially Krishna is in your heart. When he sees that you are becoming determined, he will definitely, become very pleased and he will try to help you more and more. But if you think, oh, there's nothing wrong, just pick out the onion from the food and you can eat it, then that's another thing, correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
So the whole idea is to how to become very serious. And that's what Krishna wants to see. Yes?
Yes,
Krishna
Prabhu.
wants to see us how to become, how we are very determined. That is the real thing, the test, you know. Correct? How come, what are we doing? Krishna sometimes puts two things in front of us, you know, and you want to see which thing we want to accept. Yes? The easy
Yes, Prabhu.
path or the difficult path. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm? So we have to become very serious.
What's the reason for that, Prabhuji? Krishna putting two different things, opposites.
Krishna want to test you. Yeah? Yes. The Maya want to see you, whether you want to, whether you want to be serious or you don't want to be serious. Supreme Personality Godhead said one can get liberation by seriously discharging devotional service unto me and thereby hearing for a long time about me or from me. By thus executing one prescribed duty, there will be no reaction and one will be free from the contamination of matter. By seriously discharging devotional service, this devotional service has to be performed strongly in perfect knowledge and with transcendental vision. One must be strongly renounced and must engage in austerity and perform mystic yoga in order to be firmly fixed in self-absorption. Yes?
Yes.
You cannot try to take it that's why Maya is always testing the devotee. Correct? The influence of material nature has covered the living entity and thus it is as if the living entity is always in blazing fire. But by the process of seriously discharging devotional service, this influence can be removed. Just as wooden sticks which cast a fire are themselves consumed by it. So you see the word seriously discharging, strongly practicing. Yes, the word is all. Seriously discharging devotional service. So you never say here lightly or, very, what we say, taking it easy. Does it say like that? Hello?
No.
So we must, whatever we hear from the spiritual master, we must try to fulfill that order. Then yes, we are well protected. If you are protected by spiritual master and Krishna, then how can Maya harm you? Maya will never harm you. Because
Sometimes
Krishna,
those two, sometimes those two things look so similar, Prabhuji. Like both are like Krishna only. Like that it will be. So at that point of time, how will we know this is only the right one?
you pray to spiritual master and
Okay.
Krishna. Or you are in doubt, you can always write to the devotee or call the devotee, whatever. They can give you guidance.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yes. So
Yes.
everything is available. If you're not sure, you ask. Then they'll tell you how to do. Correct?
Yes.
And if you cannot ask for some reason, you just pray to Krishna in the heart, and Krishna will always give you the answer. Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So there's no lacking. Just a matter of knowing how to do it, that's all. Correct?
Yes. Prabhuji, Mirabai also prayed Krishna so much like a devotee only. But she doesn't comes under any disciplic succession. No? So will she go to Golok Vrindavan? Is she?
I don't know this story very much. You must ask some other people. This is not in our Sampradaya line. So,
Okay.
yeah, I don't know. I refrain from commenting. If I know, I can.
Okay.
I don't know how I can tell you. Correct?
Yes, Prabhuji.
I know what our line is about, our Goswamis and all that. But she, I don't know.
Prabhupada mentioned about Lord Advocate in the contemporary of Goswamis and Yoga.
Sometimes devotees tell you like they pray to Krishna and Prabhupada and they show them one path. But we see that the very path is wrong itself. So in such a condition, how can we be convinced? I don't know how the devotee and Krishna can lead you to a wrong path, no? How they can do that? Unless you are tricked by your own mind. Sadhu, Shastra and Guru, how can you go wrong? Yes? If you pray sincerely to the devotee and Prabhupada and to Krishna, sincerely praying, then how can they be leading you to the wrong path? I don't understand. The very nature of our discipline is to always consult Sadhu, Shastra and Guru. The Sadhu and the Guru may go wrong, but Shastra cannot go wrong. It's not possible. That's why Shastra is always the base. How can, like now I'm showing you all these verses, all the bogus or what? It is all wrong or what? Tell me. Hello?
No, Prabhuji.
So, these are guidelines, check and balance. If you don't have anything, just the word of the Guru, if the Guru is bogus, then yeah, definitely. So the Guru, usually Prabhupada, you're always quoting some scriptures also. He says like this, he says like that. Prabhupada always saying, sadhus, if they are real sadhus, they should also say same thing. Correct? Now if I'm speaking here and I'm telling you something completely opposite of Prabhupada, then something is wrong, isn't it? Right or not? So all these three must complement. The sadhu must say something which is relevant to the scriptures, and the guru also must say relevant to the scriptures. That's why it says Guru is one. Although there may be many gurus, but because they're teaching the same thing, they are one. There's no difference. If there's difference, then something is wrong. Correct? Hello? Unless you want something which is different from them, and then that's another thing. That's another thing. No, I don't want to listen to this instruction. Then nobody can say anything. Correct? But if you follow strictly the guidance of Shastra, Sadhu and Guru, then cannot go wrong. In fact, the very nature of the living energy is to follow this. One who has, says here, one who don't have any faith, then he cannot even get perfection. He will go wrong. Krishna said, if you don't listen to me, Arjuna, you will go wrong. Correct? Arjuna said, Krishna told him this. If you become conscious of me, you will pass over all the obstacles of conditioned life by my grace. If, however, you do not work in such consciousness, but act through false ego, not hearing me, you will be lost. This contradicts to your question. Yeah, God is saying, if you follow me, you cannot be wrong. And you saying that if I follow Krishna, I'll get wrong. How is it possible? Huh? Hello?
Yes, Prabhu.
Huh? Very strange, isn't it? You follow Krishna, unless Krishna wants to lead you to the wrong path, that I don't know. Yes. Huh? Hello?
Hare Krishna.
Hello?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, the thing is that I met with one devotee who was previously a Ritik devotee.
Which devotee you met?
I don't wish to name his name.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so he said like he was very little bit more into ritual system before coming to anything. So he said like after lot of praying and this and that, he cried a lot and that's it. And he come to pray to Prabhupada and Krishna to guide him, and thereby he come in contact with ISKCON and this and that. So I just thought like how I can change his words. Like I used to ask him a lot of questions, but he had no answers. But he's telling like you are not convinced that this, that, this, that. So I'm just asking like how such people, because he was very sincere when he was in his ISKM specific association.
He's ISKM devotee.
Yeah, he was ISKM devotee.
Was? Oh, really? Who is that? I don't know who is that. When ISKM who left? Anybody know here? So far I know they're always intact with us. Well, who is this guy who left?
He was eating onion and garlic and was also associating with ISKCON people already and had like Kutaniti. He won't actually reveal his mind. He was doing like this actually.
He was eating onion and garlic and he was not revealing his mind. He was associating with everybody, correct? Who is that? Diraj, is it?
Yes, yes,
Huh?
yes. He was, yeah.
So
It
what
was
to
him.
do? So if you don't surrender, then how? Correct? Yes?
Such people we can't be convinced, right?
Well, you know, he's first and foremost, you must surrender, no? If you don't, Arjuna also was told, first you surrender, then you inquire, correct? If you don't surrender, then how to make progress? That's why initiation is there, no? Why initiation is there? Huh? Hello? Yeah. After initiation, you don't want to work with the guru, then how you will make progress? Yeah? One of the conditions when you surrender to the guru means you must follow his orders. Yes? You cannot challenge the guru anymore, correct? Yes or not?
Yes, true.
Prabhupada said, no, many will come and many will go. Those who stay, they are fortunate. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
So what to do? Yes, sometimes you may give him time. Maybe after some years he may realize and come back again. Who knows? Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
So no loss. Whatever he has learned, he has learned.
Yes.
So that's pray for him. Krishna gave him good intelligence. That's the most we can do.
Yes, Prabhu.
In fact, I also notice whenever we are speaking, he will always come up with some other things, you know. Yeah. He will try to quote some verses here and then, trying to show that he knows also, huh? So how to learn like this? Yes? Huh?
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
These all are not good signs, Submissively surrendering, and that's also very important. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
So if you meet him, you try. If you cannot, then just pray, no? There's no loss. In Krishna consciousness, there's no loss. A little bit saves you from the greatest danger. Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
So, anybody else got any questions left? Oh, Emmanuel, you're here.
But Prabhu, isn't there a loss when we disobey spiritual
No,
master?
Emmanuel is talking. Let him finish. Huh? He's asking a question.
My one question is, Srila Prabhupada, he stated that when he observed Americans, when they learn Sanskrit, they automatically think they know more than the Guru.
Yes.
As an American, how can I avoid that? Because
this is not only American, even Indian also. When they start learning Sanskrit language, which is very, it's the language of God, So if you learn the grammar and you learn how to break down and do all jugglery with that, then you may try to think that you have a better explanation than Prabhupada. So it's not that we say don't learn, it's that you have to learn how to accept the authority of Prabhupada. In this way, you can never go wrong. Submissive to the Guru, then you're safe. But when you try to think you know more than Guru, then your downfall is pretty much assured. You understand? Whether you learn Sanskrit or not, if sometimes there no fight think that he is always better preacher, he knows better example than Prabhupada, and see, it all comes in the head of a neophyte devotee.
Yes, correct.
This is the neophyte disease, They always think that they are the best. They know everything. They got answers to all this. They got better answers than Prabhupada. Then what? Then the problem starts. You understand? That's why the neophyte has to be guided. He has to take direction from a senior more devotee who can help him. And if he doesn't get that association, then he's dangerous platform. You can fall down. You can fall down or you give up and you'll go away because faith will not be strong. When he has reversals, then he thinks there's something wrong, no? And then he falls down. This is how it happens, It's all due to false ego. False ego is very strong in the heart, And very dangerous also. So therefore, taking association is very important. Understand?
That's 100% why I'm looking for someone that can act like a fool before, I'm a fool before Prabhupada first, but acting under an authority, and actually constantly having a desire to learn, not to think that I have more learning than him. That's why I desire.
Yes, as long as you stay in the association of devotees to take some senior guidance, then you're safe, no? You don't want to take that, then you're in open seas, Anything can happen to your boat, no? Yes. So you pray for association and you take guidance. Someone who is can help you, then yes, surrender. Correct.
Yeah.
That is all. That's the whole thing about, getting the faith strengthened on Prabhupada's love. That's the kind of person you should associate with. Teach you all the whole scriptures you learn. Correct?
Yeah.
Knowledge is very essential. Without knowledge, you cannot strengthen your faith,
Yeah. 100%.
Yes, that's the whole idea. The guru gives the knowledge. And Prabhupada has given all the knowledge. The books are all there, Yes. So we have to read them, have to learn them, and associate people who also have read and learned them. Correct?
Yeah.
Then you become very fixed up.
Yeah.
But if you act like I know everything, no, I don't need to learn. No, I've read all the books already. The same thing, Prabhupada is saying the same thing. Every time he says the same thing. No, you're not the body. Huh? Then how you? Correct. And if someone gives the class, you don't attend. And when you are giving the class, only you go for only giving classes. I've seen devotees like that. Yeah, how? Fall down.
Fall down. Yeah.
Oh, I'm hearing Prabhupada classes only, Someone is giving class, you don't want to listen to that. And he goes up and listen only Prabhupada classes. And sure enough, after some time, he's finished. I've seen. You understand? It is a very dangerous platform to become a neophyte. Because the neophyte disease is like this, that I don't hear from anybody. I'm with Prabhupada, I don't care for anybody else, Nobody is my guru, Then how? Sorry, platform. The whole idea is to become humble, and humility and pride. A person is not humble, he'll become proud. And knowledge in the hands of such a person, very dangerous.
Yeah.
You understand?
It's 100%. Being in that level is just. It's like you said. It's very dangerous. I just really, yeah. I do understand. Sundar Gopal Prabhu. Thank you.
Yes, Himatsu, what's your question?
No, you answered the question very nicely.
Yes.
Krishna.
What's your question?
Like I was saying that if someone disobeys his spiritual master, isn't he at
Spiritual master what? Hello?
Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhu. I was saying that if someone disobeys his spiritual master, isn't he at a loss? Like as you said, whatever you did in Krishna consciousness, you are not at loss.
Yes. So whatever you have done for Krishna is never lost, you know. If you have done some 90%, then next life you start from 91%. You understand?
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, this endeavor, there's no loss. Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
A little endeavor in this saves you from the greatest danger.
Yes, Prabhu.
Isn't it? So there's no loss. In Krishna Kach, nehi bikrama nastosti pratyavayurna vidyate swalpam apiyasya dharmasya trayate mahoto bhayat. In this endeavor, there's no loss or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. Little endeavor in this. Correct?
Yes, Prabhu. Understood.
So you practice little bit also doesn't matter, little by little. But don't be too little. Huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu, I think his question was if one starts disobeying the spiritual master after having followed for some time, if one starts disobeying the spiritual master, will it go in vain or?
Yeah, when you disobey Guru, then everything is become useless. That is the greatest mistake one should never make. This is the greatest mistake one should ever consider making. If you just become, you treat your spiritual master's order, you disobey, then everything is finished.
Yes, Prabhu.
This is the biggest mistake one can make. And that's happening in ISKCON. Example is very clear. There's nothing but fighting and quarreling and bickering. Nobody is following nobody.
Yes, Prabhu. In Prabhu, I also had seen in my nearby ISKCON, like they are full of temple politics. They do.
Because neophytes. Neophytes are always quarreling and fighting. That's their nature. Third class platform. Everyone thinks he's a bigger person, he knows better. Whereas the first class person says that he is completely unqualified. Third class person says is fully qualified. So there's a difference in thinking.
Yes, Prabhu.
Then fighting definitely will occur. Correct?
Correct, Prabhu.
Yes.
This is the point on which the opinion of the other Prabhupada groups, Prabhu, it completely differs from us, because they say that everybody is advancing. ISKCON is also advancing, we are also advancing, because on top of everything is the process of bhakti itself, by which, that is what helps us advance. So they are chanting, so they are also advancing, but on a much slower pace.
How can you advance when you disobey Prabhupada? When Prabhupada himself said, when you disobey, you become useless. How you can become useful when you're useless? Hello?
Yes, Prabhu. They actually openly encourage their members also to go to ISKCON and attend kirtans there and have prasadam also there. They are also welcome here and all these kind of things, especially in this Bangalore ISKCON.
Yes, whenever you disobey Prabhupada, then you compromise. Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
You're thinking you know better than Prabhupada, you know how to deal more better than Prabhupada, then you will have a different opinion from the spiritual master. Yes? If they are okay, then why did you leave them? You can go back to them, boy. Huh?
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yes or not?
Yes, bro.
Trying to preach this marriage of convenience, Huh? If it is convenient, you do. Correct? This is not our philosophy. Our philosophy is strictly to follow the order of the spiritual master. That is our philosophy. And that's given by Prabhupada. Everything he did is to channel the devotee's faith to the spiritual master and Krishna. Correct? And if there's a slight crack, then the whole thing is finished. Yes?
Prabhuji, here I have a doubt.
And when you don't have faith fully in Prabhupada, there's a verse, it says this pratishta, this puja, this what? Labha, all these weeds will grow with your devotional creeper, correct? One who is not advanced, he cannot identify this creeper because they will look all like same like your bhakti creeper. Yes? One who is advanced, he can see the difference. And he will know how to pick out all these weeds. Yes, that's why they are preaching like, no, there's no difference. They are also the same. We also, because you cannot see the weeds. Correct? Hello?
Yes, bro.
So, you cannot see, then you cannot distinguish. Instead of nourishing the real creeper, the bhakti creeper, you put nourishment to all these other weeds, and your devotional creeper will be shunted. Correct? Correct? Yes or not? Let me finish. Yes?
Yes, bro.
So they're trying to play the game of a pure devotee. Everything is good. Everything is nice. Prabhupada said, if you are not in the first class platform, you start to imitate that platform, you will fall down. Follow?
Yes, bro.
So this is nonsense. You follow? Yeah, so be careful. Yes, what's your question?
Actually, Prabhu, IB has started 64 rounds Ekadashi during Ekadashi. So, how they are doing all this?
Who is doing 64 rounds on Ekadasi?
They are doing on Ekadashi days. They are doing the 64 rounds for all the devotees only. IB, ISKCON Bangalore.
Oh, so yeah, very good. Let them do. Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
No problem. Let them do. If they want to do, let them do. We were told to do 16 rounds. Chant, read more. Correct.
Yes, Prabhu. Actually, that's good, right?
They are doing demigod worship in ISKCON Bangalore. I had seen the videos.
Yes, bro. In Guwahati also they are doing Saraswati Puja at HKM Guwahati. I have seen the photos.
So what about all this? 64 rounds and chanting and worshipping demigods. Is that good? Hello?
Yes, Prabhu.
So I have reserved my comments. You do make up your own decision. Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
I don't know. If you're doing so many things not in accordance with Prabhupada, then I don't know what I can say. Our whole foundation is based on the teachings, loyalty to Prabhupada. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
When that cracks, then everything is finished. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
So I don't know. You want to do 64, you can do. Nobody is stopping you. You want what you can do 192. That's your choice, no? Correct?